Hey folks, how y'all doing today? I'm Stately. This is City Skylines. Welcome to the fair town of good intentions, where today it's time to expand. Yes, it's finally time to build a new district. We have been working on Squirrel Grove here for a good long time now, and it's nice. I like it. We do have some deaths going on here, but whatever. I don't think we need to panic. I'm pretty sure we have enough capacity to deal with that. So I've identified this area. What I think we'll do is we'll start filling out this entire corner here all the way down to the tip of the island. Maybe eventually snap that up and do something cool with that too. But for starters, we got to get an off-ramp going here. So let's see what we have available. A standard clover leaf like this. We could do something like that. My only thing is we're not really doing a freeway intersection. This is one of my own designs. It's a very tight little internal off-ramp that I actually kind of like. So I think maybe we'll use this. Let's go ahead and bulldoze some stuff here. Apologies to those of you inconvenienced by the sudden disappearance of the freeway you were trying to use. It's inevitable. You can't stand in the way of progress. Okay, we need to bulldoze just a little bit more here. Like so. And then we'll pop this down right there. I guess the angle is... the angle's good the way it is because I don't seem to have much choice. And then we'll connect everything back up with a 3-lane freeway. This is easy. That's not as easy as I thought, apparently. And I'm going to do a little more demolishing here so that we can have a pretty straight road going out. I don't want it to look too weird. And that seems fine. Over here we need to just bulldoze all the way out to the junction here, I suppose. We'll do that. And there we go. The ramps are a little ridiculous, in fairness. I think if we lower stuff a little bit, it might go down better. Like I said, it's a cool design. It's one of my own, and yeah, you know what that means. Well-intentioned, but mediocre. Yeah, I forgot a couple of points here, didn't I? Sure did, Stately. You sure did. Okay, now this is better. We want to get kind of as low as we can reasonably be and still let the big trucks through. And we're fine now. Let's go ahead and grab all of these points. I never really use the asset editor much. I should, because I reuse a lot of similar designs. But this looks pretty good. The ramps are steep, but they're no longer completely ridiculous. So let's just run with this. All right, now we have our 6-lane highway here. Well, our 6-lane road, more accurately. And let's make that nice. We'll use trees. Trees equals nice, it is known. And for this section, let's just go straight. 180 degrees, right down the middle, all the way down to here, I think. And then we'll have a coastal road. Well, I say then we'll have a coastal road, but that would be a very valuable area real estate-wise. So instead, let's put in a little curve here And we'll come up on the road more or less perpendicular with enough space to... Oh no! I'm going to bulldoze a rock. I have bulldozed a rock. So, what are you gonna do about it, huh? Alright, let's cut down to a 4-lane road from here on out, and again with the nice. And we'll have this follow the flow of the land, more or less, down to, say here, we'll go around this big mound, more or less like that, and we'll just hook up here, right? Is that okay? No, that's not really great, is it? Here, let's try that again. Hello? Alright, let's take another stab at that. Nice, long, lazy curve around the hill here. And nope, again. Not too perturbed about the slope, I'm just trying to get the shape right, and then we'll worry about that afterwards. And I think the shape we want is pretty much just something like this. And I guess that's okay. We're kind of going over a ridge here. Is that what we want? Would it make more sense to go around the ridge? I think it might actually make more sense to go around the ridge. Having a road all the way up here is kind of silly, so let's start bulldozing again. Bulldozing. Bulldozing. You heard me the first time. I mean, I didn't say it right the first time, but you heard me the first time. Alright. So, bearing in mind the terrain differences, this time, we want our road to run around here, don't we? I do believe we do. So, third time lucky? What do you think? Okay, we're going to have to delete a few more things here to make all of this work. There we go, that should be enough. Come on, guys, don't do that. I'm getting some oddness here. Let's just do it from this side. Nope, that last section wasn't right. It shouldn't be too hard to get these two to merge together properly, right? This looks like a pretty decent curve. I'm having an everything's hard day today, apparently. Ha! I did it. Alright, well this is obviously a little bit ridiculous, so go ahead and manually fix this up. Let's make this into a bit of a cut. And then we'll, let's see, cut out that last little section here, and we will use the terrain tool to make a bit of a cut in the land that we can go through. Pretty steep, isn't it? It is a little steep. Size bigger than the road, obviously. Not that much bigger than the road. There we go. And that's not what I had in mind. So, here. Let's take it. Come on, guys. Stop being an idiot, Staley. And how do we make this gradual, though? That's kind of the challenge. Is that this? I think that's this. Okay, that's still a pretty steep slope. We'll lower this a little bit more. And carry it along so that it's not like a big old dip. And now hopefully we can get a road down in a sane fashion. Let's see, this is pretty much just straight, but we'll probably want just a tiny bit of bend in it. There we go. All right, so it's steep, but it's not insanely steep. And the cut itself looks, well, reasonably clean. Let's try to make this just a little more gradual. Raise this up. And this should get rid of the steepest section. And over here we'll lower this just a tad farther, and now we have a perfectly doable road section by the look of it. Maybe a few more adjustments like that. And there we go. All right, and then we can take this road and we'll run it out along the water on the other side a bit as well. Freehand. Thank you very much. Oh, I still have this selected. Not the first time I've done that, is it? If you've been watching for a while, you'll notice that I probably do that about once an episode. And should we do another intersection here? Maybe not yet. Let's keep this our major intersection and see how it works. It might end up being too much to ask for that intersection, but for now I think it'll do just fine. And we are getting zero traffic on this road for obvious reasons. It's not very useful right now. Alright, so here, let's start with kind of a downtown segment by the freeway. We'll take a 4-lane standard road and we'll put down a bit of a grid network, not too close to the freeway. Going like that. And then we'll go all the way around as long as this road remains straight, which is maybe to here. And down to here. And then we could cut it straight down the middle if we wanted to. Do the same thing over here. And that is downtown. Alright, let's take road straight up the middle here. I have to do that in sections, otherwise it won't play nice. Divvy that up. Very good. Alright, let's kind of take it from there. I'm going to go with kind of a grid structure for the central area, and as I normally do, we'll follow the terrain a little more closely elsewhere. I want to check our water supply here. We have enough water availability, so we don't need to immediately go out and get fresh water pumps, but when we do, we'll probably be able to get them from the water right here. That should be pretty straightforward. Oops, not quite right. Play nice. There. And here as well. No? Don't like that? He don't like that. Okay. Good. Lovely. We're, losing money. I don't like it when we're losing money. Alright, let's see. We need power. We will run power lines from here. My power levels seem to kind of go up and down a bunch. It's slightly mystifying to me why that happens. At one point I was consuming like 900 megawatts, and now I'm not. Now I'm consuming a much less than 900 megawatts. Alright, so if this is going to be downtown, the first thing we should do is zone it all commercial. Or offices, or a combination of both. Here, let's do this. Do we want to just stuff it full? Maybe not. I know it's always tempting to just create these giant zones, but it's not always the best way to go about things. Sometimes it just makes more sense to leave some space between the areas. Obviously, this area is going to have a lot of employment issues and stuff like that for the first couple of forevers until we get some housing going on here as well, which we will obviously add soon enough. And some offices opposite these. Kind of the same thing. We'll do some big offices and some little ones, just so that we have some variety. And we'll do kind of the same thing here. And this would allow us to make some alleys if we want to, and that kind of thing. Same concept over here. Doesn't all have to be the exact same shape, but we're going to want them to be similar, obviously. Now we'll do a couple of little ones here, like that. And yes, you're going to need electricity. Okay, so let's consider, before we do anything else, parking. And I have a bunch of no parking signs. That'll solve it, right? Medium parking garage. So we have two parking garages. We have this one with a capacity of 256 vehicles, and this one with an unlisted capacity. Put one on either side. How's that sound? We'll put one there, and we'll put one here. That's good. Excellent, he said. And now I'm going to put down some light commercial here. Well, hold on a sec. We might want some city services and stuff here. I'm mostly just, a little worried about getting the power delivery working here. But what we'll do for now is this. That'll get that powered up, and now we can cut this. And all will be well in the world. That is to say, once this starts filling in a little bit. How about a nice park to anchor all of this? Or even better, are there any cool monuments I can use to anchor this? What do we have here? Panda Sanctuary, Temple Complex, Chirpex Launch Site, Traffic Park. What is this? Fantastic Fountain. I don't have room for the Fantastic Fountain. Well, I kind of do. I could probably build around it with some anarchy. But let's see what else we have here. The bird and bee haven is nice, but it's not something you'd consider to be particularly urban. $960 a week in upkeep. But that would be a fantastic attraction, wouldn't it? It's just too big. What is this? Skyland Mall. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I installed an entire mall a while ago, and I never used it. Okay, let's see. If we want to do a big park, I should have given myself more space. I've kind of already mucked it up here, haven't I? How should we do that? We could, theoretically at least, just run a couple of roads around it and have it smack dab in the middle. And I do kind of like that idea. So let's give it a try. I know, this stuff just got built. Now I'm already tearing it down. Let me go ahead and de-zone it before they move right back in. And then we'll bulldozer this and this and this and this. Everything's going great. I've already built and destroyed half the town. And let's go put down that giant park. So we want roads, and we're going with 4 lanes here, right about here. And we'll put the park on that. We'll put the other road behind it. And it's not centered properly. Now it's centered properly. Good. Next road, go ahead and put this one back here. And then we'll go back and put down our 6 lanes. There, and is that the wrong one? It would appear that's the wrong one. This is a 6 lane with trees. There. All right, so that's neatly centered and gives probably a lot of value to everything around it. At least I'm hoping so. If it doesn't, I'm kind of wasting my money here. And 4. All right, now we're gonna do a zone here. I want a high-tech zone because we want tall buildings. So this is going to be a high-tech office zone. Like so, and good, great. What shall we call this, people? Turkey's Nest. Trust me, I have a reason. And, okay, let's go ahead and do some zoning here. We don't need the game to be paused for this, do we? We do not. IT Plus, that's the one we're looking for right there. Good. Alright, that should give us some nice looking office buildings. Now the areas on the outside we can be a little more cavalier about, I think. We'll leave some space on the ends for whatever we end up leaving space on the ends for. But we can just kind of slap in offices the rest of the way. Maybe I shouldn't, though. It seems like a nice idea, but when you end up with these giant piles of huge office buildings, it actually doesn't look that good. So we'll split it up a little bit like that. We'll do the same thing over here. And let's turn the weather off because the weather has turned itself back on again. Thank you, gameplay. It just does that occasionally. And there we go. All right. This area here. high density commercial. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So go 4 by 4 there, and I think we'll do a same thing here, even though it doesn't really fit. So let's do this instead and see what we end up with. Same thing over here. And watch it fill in. I'm leaving some space, like I said, because I kind of like the idea of having some alleys in here eventually. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Obviously, we're going to end up building a lot more buildings than we have demand for. That's fine for now. I'm not going to lose any sleep over making slightly more space than we need. That, and no low density commercial. I don't think we want that. We'll put down some more office buildings here. Like that. I'm kind of going symmetrical because it's easy. And you know me, I like easy. I don't actually like easy. I usually manage to find a way to make everything more complicated than it needs to be. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, folks. Okay. We don't have a lot of space here, so let's kind of go for full infill here and see what we end up with. Didn't quite manage the symmetry, did I? There's more distance between these two than these two. I'm not going to change that now. All right, now people are going to want to live somewhere, obviously. So let's put down some residential towers too. I'm going to also zone this as a high-tech residential area, so that we get some cool green buildings, just to get a variety in the different styles we have around here. And we'll put down, well, you know what, maybe instead of that we'll do a slip road so that we can have a little bit of separation between the high density residential areas and everything else. So we'll do like that, and this will just be kind of our buffer zone. A little bit of space next to the freeway. We'll do that, and I still have the simulation paused. Don't need that to be paused because we want this to fill in, do we not? Indeed we do. So 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4, and then we'll do a couple of 3s here. And a little space in the middle for something else eventually, maybe. Okay, water. You're going to have enough water. They have enough water. Do the same thing on the other side. Go out to here and all the way across. Down to here. Link them together in the middle like that, and more high density residential. This whole area is going to be very dense, which means we're going to have to put down a lot of facilities for it all to work. But we can do that. Get some public transport going. It'll all be awesome. And of course, I'm not making everything perfectly symmetrical here either. Just kind of filling stuff in where I think it'll look good. Like that. And Down here, we want these to fill in too, so we'll go back and put down some more office buildings. And now we can just let it do its thing for a little while. Once again, there's like just this one type of large office building for the IT cluster, so we're getting a bunch of the same buildings here, but hopefully once the commercial and residential areas start filling in, it won't look quite such a mess. Is mess the word I'm looking for? I mean, it's not really a mess, obviously, but, you know. All right, now let's get some slightly lower density residential going here. What we'll do is we'll run these parallel roads out. Try to keep nice and parallel. Like so. And then the areas in between will be our low-density residential areas with an air gap. And the air gap will go from there to there. So this area, facilities of some kind maybe, we'll see. I want this to be a little more straight. Might end up being where all of our public transit ends up going. We'll work that out when the time comes to work that out. And for this, let's go with a standard kind of suburban grid. I think I want them to access the side road, not the main road. So we'll kind of have the main road running through it, but not necessarily connected to anything. So that we can have... I'm going to turn my grid snapping off here. So that the residents can have some peace and quiet. That should be good. And there, and now we can turn our grid back on. Straight lines, I guess, would be better. Just about like that, and again with the grid staff snapping not working for me. No, 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 nope, 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 nobody, nope, 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 nobody, nope, 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 nope. Curves, please. That looks reasonably credible. And low density residential. Just fill it all in. Including, I think, the back roads here. Now there's one thing I need to do here, and that's get rid of this layer here. Because of our prohibition on 4x4 houses. We don't do that because they end up looking comically large. There might be a couple of spots where we have to like D-zone because it looks weird, and in this case because, you know, it's nice to have a little rock feature. Back here we can only have the 2 because everything else is already zoned, but that's fine. Not already zoned, there's already a zone grid on the main road, and we might actually end up putting some light commerce or something there at some point. That's definitely in the cards. This area as well. I haven't really thought about where we're going to put things like schools and libraries here, so it's possible we might end up having to destroy a few things to make all of this work, but it is what it is. And I think it is now officially time for us to put out some fresh sewage pumping facilities. So we'll look into that after I've got this place powered up. That should do the trick. Now, are any of these crossroads? Yeah, it's 4 lanes and 2 lanes. I think maybe this might need to be 6 lanes to make it easier to expand outwards, but we'll let it ride for now. Okay, let's get some facilities going. So we have to put down a couple of processing stations here. There's no water flow here. How weird is that? What's a good place? We already have a couple. We have them here, and I've kind of tried to spread them out as well as I could. And always try to put them away somewhere that the water won't really impact anything. I think maybe we'll just put one next to these guys. Like that. And then we'll take this key here and extend it a little bit. I just noticed I'm using the wrong key. This one has a little fence and it looks kind of weird up close, but since we've already started using it, I'm going to continue to use it. How do you turn on the queue anarchy? I mean the key anarchy here. It's yeah. Let's just do the key first and then put down the sewage station. Easier that way. Just run it to, say, here, and then inwards there, and it'll be fine. All right. Now we can slap the thing down and have it look more appropriate. There. Look at that. They're all a little low compared with the land behind it, so maybe we can put down a key here as well. I put down a little privacy hedge so that the people who live there don't have to look at it. I don't know if they care much, but in my imagination, it makes them a little bit happier about all of this. Not quite. All right, here. Yeah. And let's put a little bit of English on it. Have that run up to there. Holy cow, what have I done? Look at that hedge. Oh boy. Thanks, Skylines, for doing that for me. We're going to lower this, is what we're going to do, because it's obviously too high. And we just want it down right about there. All right, now we'll manually even this out. No, not you. I already did you. It's this guy's turn. Be polite and wait your turn. Yeah, that all looks a little less silly, doesn't it? Let's get this hooked up. I'm sure there's a little more detailing we can do, but one thing at a time. All right, now we need to do a bit of leveling, I think, and we'll use a pretty small brush here. Let's see how we can lower this down. Basically, I don't want to be looking at... Hello? It's doing the freeze thing. Basically, I don't want to be looking at this. This needs to go away. Not all of it. It's fine if there's a little. Yeah, let's just smooth this up a little bit, and there we go. We'll just flatten this down. It looks like not quite enough space for one more later on, but maybe there will be. All right, that should be enough sewage processing capacity. The housing here isn't very popular yet. I guess that's to be expected. Let's see. We're going to need all of the basic facilities here. And I think this road section is about right for putting them down. So let's just start with your police station. And is that the right police station? That's the right police station. And a fire department. Is that the right fire department? Firehouse. Firehouse. I think this guy is what we're looking for. Alright, we're going to need some garbage facilities. We're going to need schools. We're going to need all of the basics. Let's see. Where shall we put the incinerator? I usually end up putting them kind of along the freeway here, so we'll kind of just stick with that. We'll have a road running out to the side here, and just slap it down there, I guess. One count incinerator, one count recycling center. Oh shoot, didn't give myself enough space. All right. I know it's kind of reckless to just destroy all of these things the second after I built them, but we have 10 million simoleons. Is that the currency? No, that's SimCity, isn't it? There. That's more like it. Right, got our recycling center, we got our incinerator. It's out of the way and shouldn't bother people. Got to hook it up to the power grid. And it's going to want water. Oh, it has water. We've got the water sorted out already. And we're going to have to provide some power to these guys if we don't get stuff to fill out. I'm going to let it fill out naturally, I think. We just need a couple of things here. While we're waiting, we'll put in a park or two. I'm thinking a playground. And this will help with the real estate value too. A nice playground there. What's our educational situation look like? A little low in elementary schools, very low in high schools, and way low on universities. We'll start with an elementary school. What have we got? Our standard elementary school design will work just fine. Put in a little slip road for it to connect to so that we can maybe have some parking or something. Here, we'll do this. Go out to here, cross to, let's just go with straight lines here. Cross to here and down to here. Put the school on. We'll put the school off to the side because maybe we want to put something next to it. I don't know yet, but I like the thought. And what we can put next to it, I think, is, well, nothing right this second. We'll leave it there for now. This will do just fine. Let's put some paths down. Connect this playground a little bit. Like that and like that. And I'm going to go ahead and de-zone this area because that's a strange place for houses. So, and this too, I think. That way we can put down some more paths later. Oh, I chose the wrong path, didn't I? That should be a gravel path. Well, that's an easy fix. There we go. And that's fixed our power problem too, because now these guys are connected through the park, I guess. Okay, so we have big parking garages on both sides of the city to compensate for the fact that we don't really have parking anywhere else. And that's fine. I think we're okay with that. I think we need another small park on the other side of town here. We'll go for maybe a dog park or something similar. Yeah, this will do just fine. Space already occupied by what? Right about, I don't know, here. I want to put it here, but it's saying the space is already occupied. I don't know what the space is already occupied by, so I'm somewhat incredulous. Fine, we'll put it there. That shouldn't be a big deal. They can walk around. Alright, that didn't cost us much in the way of zoning. So it's actually filling out pretty nicely. We've got some abandonment already as a result of just employee shortage. But we're off to a good start here, so I think we'll leave it there for now, and we'll get back to work on this tomorrow and expand it farther. So for now, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your patronage as always, and we will see you next time. Peace out, y'all.